Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between. I'm your host, with the most, I'm your boy Marco the Kettle from the Kettle's Lounge. Now, as I mentioned with my previous one, you've got two for today, because I didn't do an episode on Tuesday. And this is what that episode was going to be, Black Ops 3. Now, I assume most people who will watch this knows what Call of Duty is, but for those who don't, it's a shooting game. You shoot people. And Black Ops 3, I believe, if my calculations are correct, it's the 9th game. It might be 12th. I might be just way off. I'm not going to sit here and work it out. But out of all the Call of Duties, it's probably one of the most enjoyable ones. I believe it came out in 2015, right around where... Yeah, no, 2014, I think the end, because there's the old gen versions, your 360s, your PS3s, you've got those versions, and you've got your PS4, PS5, not PS5, PS4, Xbox One versions. And honestly, this game, I've mentioned it with Binding of Isaac. Well, no, I didn't mention it with Binding of Isaac. I mentioned it with one of my first ones, Shell Shock. That this is probably one of my most played games. You've got your multiplayer, which I've been Master Prestige like 5 times. Multiplayer. You've got zombies, which I've been Master Prestige on Xbox, and no, I'm not really that close on PlayStation, but I've played a lot on PlayStation. Think around, well, it's not too much actually. I think about 300 hours on PlayStation altogether. Yeah, so let's get into it. So there's 3 different sections. You've got your multiplayer trophies, your campaign trophies, and your zombies trophies. Overall, the hardest, maybe depending on whenever you're watching this, the hardest one is either going to be campaign or multiplayer. If I was to hazard a guess, multiplayer. I'm just going off knowledge. I haven't revisited, refreshed my memory on what the trophies are. But the only one I know, and I think the last one I needed, because I've done the trophy, the platinum twice. The last one you'll probably get is the level 55. It took me 15 hours. I think it took me 21 on my last account and 15 on this. Other than that, I think they get 3 offensive specialist weapon kills in a game. It's 5. Same with defensive. Get some defensive medals. You don't necessarily need kills, but medals. And just off the top of my head, like I said, I think those are the only 3. I want to say I am incorrect, because I believe I am, but honestly, the multiplayer, with Cold War, because we'll get to Cold War eventually, and with the other ones I've done, I'd probably say Black Ops 3 is my favourite. I haven't, because Modern Warfare 2 doesn't have multiplayer, I can't say that, unfortunately. Because I'm just going off the games I've currently platinumed, not of all time. If we're going off all time, I'm saying Modern Warfare 2. 100% of the time. But other than that, like I said, the multiplayer is not that hard. It's based on skill, and I've played a lot of multiplayer. So I play a lot of Call of Duty, and in my local institutions, sounding like a mental clinic. In my schools, colleges, whatnot, people always say I'm the best. Out of my, out of the year, whatnot. So yeah, so multiplayer wasn't too bad for me. Then we'll get to zombies next, because it'll probably, in terms of times taken, it'll go zombies. Well, it'll go zombies multiplayer campaign. So zombies, I think I did it in my first game, and I got to round 46 when I did it. Just off the top of the head, I'm going to say there's kill 10 enemies in a shop window, get the sword, complete or get Pack-a-Puncher open, get the sword, kill enemies in a shop window, kill enemies by charging with the shield. I don't believe there's anything else. Like I said, I don't have the trophy list currently on hand to tell you. But then, so yeah, zombies is not too hard. Then we have the campaign. Now the campaign is the longest. It'll probably take you longer to do. Well, it took me longer to do the campaign than it did to do both zombies and multiplayer put together. Because there's a few trophies. Most of the trophies are beat the campaign on veteran, but that's a lie. Well, it's not a lie, but it's a lie. Because the campaign, you need to beat it on realistic. Because one of the trophies is complete all campaign challenges and complete all campaign accolades. I mean, you need to get all accolades to get all challenges, so once you get one, you'll get the other, and you'll get the trophy. So, that leads me on to why people think this is the hardest of the Call of Duty's Platinums. I don't know if I'd say it is. For most people, they might say Cold War just because you have to do dead ups, but I've helped 13, 14 people beat Dead Ops Arcade, so it's one of those where I don't necessarily find it hard. It's just, hardest part about Cold War is doing the fire team, but that's Cold War, that's for another day. With campaign here, like I said, you have to beat it on realistic. I'm going through the hardest parts, right? You need to get all mission accolades, beat all missions on realistic, beat all missions on veteran without using a checkpoint. So that be mission fails, dying, things like that. Things that make you restart from a checkpoint. I think the worst for this is probably the 5th mission and the 5th mission, because a lot of the time what will end up happening is you'll get to the final area of the game and you'll end up hitting a sea mine and just insta-dying. So yeah, no, screw that one. Other than that, I think there's one other, but I'll get to that at the end when I rate the platinum. So we'll go for difficulty first, like we always do. Difficulty, a personal estimation is 5. Personal, whatever you want to call it, is 5. You've got realistic. Hardest part about realistic is the final mission. Doing the final mission on solo. Doing it with 2 people, which is where this difficulty actually comes down, because if you scroll far back on my channel, you'll see a playlist called Realistic and Veteran with the boys. I played them with 2 of my friends, and a lot of time you could cheese it by having one person go down, and when they're down they take all the fire. So yeah, that's a way to cheese it, the final mission especially, because the first section of that is not too bad, but what on solo that is. But once you get to the bit where you need to open the doors, it's very, and I mean very hard to open the doors and walk through the door to activate the checkpoint before you die, because you insta die. I think it took me around 130 attempts, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, to fully get it, but yeah, it is a pain in the arse, to say the least. So that is the main reason I bumped the difficulty up. Would there be any other reason? If I was to say any other reason, veteran with no checkpoints is easy. Once you've done realistic, you know, it's a walk it park. Just one of the biggest problems I can see is, like I said, number 5 with the mines, and number, I think it's 11. I could be wrong, but it's the one where you're flying the jets, and when you're in the final boss fight, if you stand on any of the 5 in the final boss fight, you instantly it insta resets you, so that doesn't count. So I'd say those 2 are the biggest problems with the no checkpoints. As long as you stay safe, don't go gunning, or if you're playing with other people, have one person stay out, one person hiding behind cover reviving. Accolades, none of the there's, I think, one in particular that comes to mind with difficult accolades on the mission, and it's called That's a Raps or something like that. Epic Raps Battle, that's what it's called. And you have to get a kill with, you have to kill an enemy, then you have to kill another Raps, and that is on mission number 9. The one where you get off the train, that one is painful. That took me a long time to do. Like I said, I've done this platinum twice. One on my other account, one on my current account, and both times the epic raps battle has been one of the last ones I've needed to do. No short of 50 attempts each time. But yeah, so that's it for accolades. I'd say 5 or 6. I'll go 6, I think, because multiplayer as well. Because not everyone's as, good as multiplayer as, yours truly. Not to be a braggart. So yeah, we'll give it I'll give it a 6 personal, but overall I'd give it an 8 or 9. One of those 2, probably 9, low 9, high 8. So yeah, now rating this as a platinum, I'll give it a 10. 10. 10. Black Ops 3 has always been one of my favourite games. Playing it as much as I did, you know, spending 160 hours doing the platinum for the game, you know, you can tell I enjoy it, and even playing the game normally it is enjoyable. But playing zombies, to be fair, I don't mind multiplayer either. Multiplayer is enjoyable, but like I said, it's mainly zombies why people come back to this game. But I like campaign. I just like the game as in its entirety. Now the hardest, well, the platinum. So the way I rate platinums is I go off how fun they are to play by yourself, the difficulty, whether there's online trophies, the length of the platinum, if there's any glitched trophies. I don't know if there's any others, but going off those 5, we'll start with the first bit, online trophies, multiplayer. Like I said, I enjoy my multiplayer when I play Call of Duties, so this as a whole does not affect me that much, so that's why I'm giving that a solid 7 out of 10. I'll give it an 8 out of 10, the multiplayer, simply because multiplayer does not limit itself to online multiplayer. You've got your zombies on your campaign, which you can do multiplayer as well, which is enjoyable. It's fun. You have some funny moments playing with your mates while playing it. So yeah, the multiplayer trophies, I'll give them an 8 out of 10 because they're not tedious. You're just playing as you normally would, like it was a normal game of Call of Duty. And if you've played Call of Duty, you know, for the past 15 years, it's really, you know, you're used to it. You can enjoy it. It's very good. How does it feel to play by yourself on this? Not too bad playing zombies. Playing zombies by yourself, it's enjoyable. Shadows of Evil, one of the greatest maps of all time on zombies. Campaign, it's enjoyable going through the campaign, trying to get everything, or at least it was for me, both the first and second time. Only unenjoyable bits were trying to solo realistic the final mission, and epic raps battle. And an accolade I did not mention. Well, 2 accolades I did not mention, or challenges actually. They're not accolades. So there is 2 other things, which I said well, there were one other thing I'd said I'd mention earlier, and this is where the length of time comes in. This is where you get most of your hours in the campaign, and you need to get all camos in the campaign. I forget how many there is. I think there's 28 guns. I might be underselling it. There might be 40 something. I can't exactly remember. But doing all 48 guns, so the camos, you have to get 1,500 kills per primary gun, 300 kills per pistol, 300 kills per launcher, and I think that's it. Can't remember if there's melee. And then in comes the hard part, in which people actually struggle with this game. And that is combat training realistic. Doing realistic combat training is a nightmare because you have limited cover. You have to Yeah, it's just a pain. There is a clip on my I've got a clip on my Snapchat in which one of the big robots fell off the map and what was it? Fell off the map and I had to like jetpack off the edge of the map to shoot him, um, to shoot off his shields, then kill him, and it was painful. I ended up dying and had to restart it all again. But young Chungus on my veteran with the boys went round to his house back when we did that series, and I ended up doing it first try for him. It didn't count. I ended up doing it first try again, and he ended up platinuming it. Eventually, I can't remember exactly when he platinumed it, but so yeah, veteran. Do it realistic. Wasn't too bad. Like I said, because I've gone off topic. Played it by yourself. It's a good game. It's a good campaign. I think it's an unpopular opinion, but I enjoy it. I don't think it makes sense. Saying it does would be a lie, but I enjoy it nonetheless. And what was the other one? Time. If you look on PlayStationTrophies.org, which is what I look at to look at difficulty ratings and time, it says 80 to 100 hours. I think I did mine in 70 something. I can't remember the exact time. Both tries I did it 70 something. Like I said, the camos is what gonna get you. Yeah, just playing the campaign. Obviously, multiplayer take you about 15 hours, 16 hours to do the multiplayer. Depending on what your SPM is, things like that. And one thing I forgot to mention, which I've now forgot what I forgot to mention, are accolades. Another difficult accolade is shooting 6 drones or 7 drones in under 2 seconds on the sixth mission. It was 6 or 7. The one where it starts, it goes the 54 immortals, something or another. The 54 immortals are forever strong. Sorry. So that's another difficult one. But time, yeah, it's 80 to 100 hours. You can do it less if your what's it called? If your efficiency is high, or is top class, you do guns to the T. But yeah. Glitch trophies. I don't believe there is any glitch trophies. They're all easy, redeemable, easy. Not redeemable. Accessible. But yeah, I can't think of anything else off top of my head. Other than that, and there was one other category. Difficulty. Okay, yeah, we've done difficulty. Which was the 8 out of 10. Time's a bit long. I think the the camos having to do all the guns to 1500 kills, 300 kills. Like I said, it's a bit tedious. I think its launch is 150 kills, by the way. But yeah, so it is what it is what I'd say. So I give time probably a 6. I think it takes longer than it needs to be. That's what I've got to say about that. Play by yourself, 10 for that. So I'd give, based off the averages, I don't know the actual average off the top of my head, but about an 8 and 9. Through individual thoughts altogether, I give it a 10. But so yeah, like I said at the start, even if I did say at the start, it's been so long since I started doing the voiceover for this that I've forgotten. It's my own opinion. I will hold certain biases towards the game. I have different opinions. I might like different games to you. All this, I might be willing to do some things more than others. And don't let what I've said discourage you or sway your mind in any sort of manner on attempting to do this platinum. It's an enjoyable game. The only, like I said, real tedious parts are the, camos. So if you know what BO3 is, you've listened and you've thought, I might give it a go. Just have a look, test it for yourself. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't have to carry on. Like I said, it's all you can form your own opinions on it. I'm just giving you my opinions on it, essentially. So I hope you've all enjoyed. It's been your host with the most. It's been your boy Marco the Kettle from the Kettle Lounge, and have a good day. Peace.
I think that's the next shot perfectly.